Warm greetings from the high 10. It is Everyday Shenanigans, and thanks for joining me. As most of you know, that whom are following the story pertaining to the search for Brian Laundrie. Law officials brought in cadaver dogs to the reserve yesterday, and a part of the reserve was roped off with police tape. I do believe that tape is now down. I will bring you the said information, and feel free to hit the link to give your personal opinion on if indeed Brian Laundrie is either alive or dead. Was this a ruse by the parents just to get him gone and lead law officials and the public on a fake hunt for him? Perhaps he is somewhere holed up, not in a bad way, in need of anything, out in the elements. You're entitled to your opinion. In order to hit the link, you need to have all your devices turned on before hitting the link. Please be respectful to the hostess, the chat, and the mods. And please refrain from any derogatory or being inebriated on the live stream. Ask to keep the flow and continuity of the live proficient. Thank you all for joining me.
Brian Laundrie. A live look at his parents' home in Northport, Florida this morning. A Laundrie wanted for bank fraud in connection with girlfriend Gabby Petito's death. Authorities now saying that he did indeed use her bank card after she went missing. The manhunt for him has gone on for several weeks now. Authorities are bringing in new assistance, new help. Ileana Diaz joining us live with the latest on the search. Ileana, what is the FBI exactly trying to do now?
Well, Adrian, it's been quiet for several days, but now we've seen more activity at the Carlton Reserve, and that's the 25,000-acre swampy area near where Brian Laundrie's parents live. The FBI has now brought in cadaver dogs and also canine dogs, and it's because it's assumed that Brian Laundrie has been outside in the elements for quite some time with very little resources, and so at this point, they don't know, but they say there's a possibility that he could be dead. Now, what we do know, Adrian, is that as of yesterday, Brian Laundrie has now been gone for a month.
Ileana, is this area where the FBI is searching, is that the same place where Laundrie's father helped search last week?
It is. It's the exact same place that they went out last week. It's also where his parents believe that Brian went to go on a hike to when he left a month ago. And they say that they've now intensified the search there because the weather conditions have improved since last week and the weeks before when it was very rainy out there. Now, we did speak to a forensic expert and asked him for his take on the search and on the investigation.
If we were to locate his body in the preserve, that it's going to benefit one way or the other the investigation. It will provide closure for the Laundrie family. I don't think it's obviously going to provide closure for the Petito family because they want answers. They want to know why, how, when, all those important things.
Well, you heard it. It's going to be very difficult for the Petito family to find any closure, and there are still so many answers that we don't know at this point. But luckily, the Petito family is using much of their time and energy right now on starting that foundation, honoring Gabby's life, and trying to help other people like Gabby who may be in need. Adrian?
Ileana, thank you so much.
Sorry about that. Tried to catch it in time. That said information is by News Nation Now. This is one of the sources that I use frequently on my network. So if you need verification for the information that you just heard, News Nation Now is the source. Gabby Petito case, FBI searches for Brian Laundrie. This content was uploaded 2 hours ago, and I meant to subscribe. I'm now subscribed. Thank you all so much for joining me. Happy Friday to all of you. Hope you all can tune in to the said information. Sorry about that. Trying to do some things. Doing too much all at one time, mercy. Okay. Hope y'all are well. as I said, happy Friday. Hope you all have a safe weekend. Yes, I hope this is the day that he will be called as well. It would be nice if we can get an ending to this story, because it's time. It is time. It is time. Sorry about that. Just trying to do something. Hold on. One second, please. If you have an opinion pertaining to the said commentary, scroll to the top of the page, and the link is at the top of the page if you want to give your opinion. Thank you. One moment. I have one more piece of information I want to bring you guys. And this is pertaining to the search and Mr. Bounty Hunter. I'm getting kind of tired of him right now because it's not about him. It's doing too much. Hello, honey. Thank you for joining me. Well, we'll see if they have a lead. I don't know. I don't know what to think at this point. I'm out of fresh ideas on this case because it's just redundant, the information. This is by popculture.com if you need verification for the information. Don't worry about it. I'll drop it again. But thank you. Pop Culture is the source. Dog the Bounty Hunter visits Brian Laundrie's sister's house as his search continues. This was uploaded October 14th. Dwayne Dog Chapman's search for Brian Laundrie in Florida has officially resumed. Laundrie has been missing since mid-September and is currently wanted in connection with the death of his fiancée, Gabby Petito. Despite the fact that it was reported that Chapman left Florida after experiencing an ankle injury, he was spotted knocking on the door of Laundrie's sister's house on Wednesday per TMZ. Now, that's very interesting because it's only been a few days ago that allegedly he injured himself. I believe it was before this week came into play. Now he's knocking on the door this week of Cassie, the sister of Brian Laundrie. It's getting crazier by the minute. According to the publication, Chapman and his wife, Francine Frame, arrived at the residence of Laundrie's sister, Cassie. The two made their way to the front door and Chapman began knocking. No one answered the door, but that didn't seem to faze the reality star. He told the cameras that he believes Cassie knows more about the situation regarding her brother's disappearance. Days before Chapman went to Cassie's residence, it was reported that he injured his ankle in the midst of his search for Laundrie. His daughter, Lisa Chapman, said that he was going to be headed back to Colorado in order to handle some business. She stated that her father would be leaving his team behind in Florida in order to continue the search. She tweeted, "Dad is headed back to Colorado temporarily to handle some business." Remember, he was in Florida on his honeymoon. Yeah, we did hear that. We're still actively searching for Brian Laundrie, leaving a team in place in Florida. As always, whatever I can share with you, I will. WFLA reporter Josh Benson also addressed Chapman's reported ankle injury. He reported that the bounty hunter hurt his ankle while searching for Laundrie in Florida and that he would be going to Colorado for treatment. Benson reported that Chapman would also be raising funds to continue what he calls an expensive search. He added, team says he's put together a talented network of local team members. He calls the Florida team that will continue to search while he's gone. He says he will continue to process leads in Colorado while he's there. While it was originally reported that the reality star left the state to receive treatment, it doesn't seem as though Chapman ever left Florida based on TMZ's report. Although the publication did note that the bounty hunter star appeared to be walking with a limp due to his injured ankle. Pop Culture is the source for this said information if you need verification. Okay, well, I don't know who said what. I just bring you the source of information at that time. So whatever is said afterwards, I have no control over the said information. I just brought you what came up in my notifications pertaining to Mr. Dog and the wife being at Miss Cassie's door. Where I have a problem with this situation with Dog is this. You're doing too much at this point. Now, some people favored him coming in to search, anybody helping to search. Everyone's entitled to their opinion. But now you're knocking at her door. Cassie is not getting ready to tell you anything, because if she tells you anything different than what she is told, law enforcement and ABC News, this news place, that news place, then she has now lied, and she will eventually be called upon to ask, well, man, why are you now giving this information versus what you told us in the beginning? So, dog, you're not about to get anything out of her. Because then she'd have to go back out and explain why she told you something different than what she's already revealed about her brother. And the woman is already being harassed, threatened. So why go there to draw more attention to her house with the cameras? I do find it interesting. The camera people are there. I do not know if they're staking out Miss Cassie's house every day, how that's going. I'm not there. But I do find it funny. He's talking to the camera people. I also find it strange you're bringing your wife. Why are you bringing your wife along? It's one thing that you're on your honeymoon and you decide to join the bandwagon with this foolishness. Now you've got your wife going up to the door. Why? If I was the wife, I wouldn't even want to be seen going up to anyone's door, being involved in this case. I would let my husband handle his business. And I just really think it was pretty crass to break up your honeymoon to get involved in this. That's just my personal opinion. Because your wife should be first. Because as some old folks might say, Brian Laundrie ain't going nowhere if he is alive. So is Brian Laundrie alive or dead? Because one could think that possibly he's dead. Cadaver dogs brought in. Why would you bring in cadaver dogs? Do you know something we don't know? Are they holding on to secrets that they don't want to reveal to us? What is the truth pertaining to this search? Why have you continued to search there? Are you only searching there because this is the information that was brought to you by Mr. Chris Laundrie? You took him at face value that his child went there and parked his car there. But perhaps he lied to you as to make sure his son got to safety and comfortable wherever he went to, if indeed that is the truth, that the son is alive and living somewhere in America. This is buffoonery at this point. But one could also say, well, maybe he is dead. He's been out there in the elements, as this News Nation now has said, no food, no water, dehydrated, disoriented, jacked up, mental, crazed maniac, living on the land, don't want to be living on the land. He's cracked up out there, or perhaps he went out there to shoot himself. So let's go with the suicide notion. One, you killed a girl and stole her money. You could have killed yourself in Wyoming, Utah. Two, you could have killed yourself in Florida when you return. I rest my case. You didn't want to confer with the law enforcement about Miss Petito. Eventually somebody was going to call in the cavalry for her disappearance. You knew that you were never going to speak on her and whatever happened out there in Wyoming, Utah, whatsoever. So if you're going to kill yourself, you should have killed yourself out there. But then one could say, well, he came to Florida to kill himself. That way his parents would have his body. They give him a proper burial, whatsoever. But that's the gist of the story. We don't have a body. We don't even know where he is. Where is Brian Laundrie? Is he alive or dead? What did the cadaver dogs pick up on? Possibly nothing. Appears to be nothing because it's now Friday, and I've went into the search, Google search, to see if anything as of late comes up. Everything's dated 4 hours and back, 6 hours and back. Very baffling story. Very, very baffling. Don't worry about it, Outlaw. You're welcome to hit the link. Mercy. I'm over this story. I'm over this story. Because all we're doing is talking in circles and going round and round about what was said, who stayed where. Now I get information yesterday that the place where they had the altercation on the 27th is the same co-op place where one of the dead girls worked. I thought it was two separate places. I thought the incident on the 12th where they were fighting on the street, that was the Co-op. I didn't know that the Co-op is the same restaurant where the lady has put her information on the TikTok where he's arguing with the staff. So is it a Co-op or is it a Piggly Wiggly Co-op? I'm confused. I'm to the point I don't even care anymore. Because all the information has gotten distorted because you got too many people talking and giving their version about who said what, who's where, what's the name of a store, what's the name of a restaurant. Pookie said this, Sue Ellen said this, and there's no verification or nothing because we're not out there to know where these people were, what they were doing. And that's the point of the story. We don't know where these two people went. We don't know how many miles of road they've traveled to go here, to go there, where they stopped. Who has cam footage of them talking, arguing, whatever. Just a bunch of people giving their opinion. And there's just nothing that's valid to say, yes, she was here, he was here, nothing. So that's why I'm just tired of even trying to chop up the information pertaining to the 12th through the 27th. Because my understanding is these were two different places. So now we're being told by the news, a news source, that it's the same place. I don't know. At this point, I don't even think it even matters. It's just a bunch of bullshit. 1 minute, honey. I'll get you in a minute, honey. I'm over the story, just like the other ones. Because nothing adds up. And that's the whole point. It was never supposed to add up. That's why he killed her. You do the math. I don't want you to know anything. So quit trying to figure it out. Quit trying to put stuff together. That's the point. That is the point of the story. Well, a lot of cowards have killed themselves. Don't get it twisted. A lot of narcissists, sociopaths, psychopaths have killed themselves because they do not want to go to prison. If you're possibly facing the death penalty, hell yeah, you would kill yourself. You don't want to go to jail. Many people have killed themselves. A lot of people who are narcissists that people thought would never kill themselves because they liked themselves so much, they did kill themselves. Mr. Sharkey killed himself the other week. And I would consider him a grand narcissist, sociopath. Christina, where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Oregon.
How are you doing?
I'm good, Queen. How are you today?
I'm fair.
Well, we're hanging in there, but yeah, I wanted to give my opinion on this. As a seasoned hiker, been doing it for many years, I think they're definitely looking in the wrong place if they want to find this man.
Well, where is he?
I think he hit the Appalachian, which survival is doable there, and he is a seasoned outdoorsman. But what a lot of people don't know, on the Appalachian Trail, there are boxes that are put out along the trail that has fresh water, a food source.
Yeah, I heard them say something about that.
Hikers leave things there for other hikers. So survival on that trail is doable, and he's done it before.
Yeah. Well,
so I think that possibly may have been where he was headed to.
Well, he's right next door to Tennessee, and we are known as the volunteer state, and we earn that name rightfully because we are known to help people in need. This is a city where people come from all over the United States, homeless, to flock. This was said many years ago. Somebody was passing out information. Go to Knoxville; they'll help you, and it's true.
Yeah,
it's very true. This is the helping state. That's why people come here, for the mountains, the weather, and cheaper living.
Yeah, I mean, this Appalachian Trail theory makes sense to me because I've known people that have done it. I'm going to be doing it next year. Good so Lord. I've been doing my research.
Well, where you going? Where you going to be hiking then, Christina?
Pardon?
Where will you be hiking, ma'am?
Me and my husband's doing the whole Appalachian Trail from Georgia all the way to Maine.
Yeah. Well, that's where the trail starts. Yes, from Georgia to Maine. I never knew that. So you learn new things when you're covering these stories. You learn things you never knew. I never knew that. So that's new information to me.
Yeah, I've been connecting with other hikers, people that's on the trail right now. About every 50 miles, there's resupply boxes with food, fresh water, clothing, whatever you would need.
Yeah.
People have just put it out there. So I think it's very possible that's where he is, and you ain't going to find him if that's where he is.
Okay. Well, you got to be willing to probably kill again. You do know that, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Because somebody can recognize him. You think he's going to be out in the open wearing a mask? If I'm on the trail, nobody's around, I'm not going to wear a mask, so anybody can walk up on me and realize I'm Brian Laundrie, unless I'm wearing a hair piece or beard or colored my hair. Just saying.
Yeah, the networking there with the hikers that do the trail, because you meet so many people. And, they've already been talking about that. The safety issue if he is on that trail with them. Mm-hmm. So people are pretty much on high alert.
Yeah, because I saw a picture of that guy off the Blue Ridge Parkway, that car. It's like a car went down the embankment. What it was doing up there to even go down is very strange. But this is what I tell people about desperate people. Desperate people do desperate things. So this man could have possibly killed those other people out there in Wyoming. I would not put it past him to, if he was out in the open, not holed up somewhere. Let's say he is out in the open. Out in the open means I'm going to get thirsty and desperate at some point on this journey. And I'm tired of being out there. I may need to take your car. You understand what I'm saying?
I hear you.
And I need to also get rid of you, as to you not to go back and repeat, I stole your car, held you at gunpoint, so forth and so on.
Yeah, it's a crazy situation. I mean, my heart really goes out to this family, Gabby's family, because, the whole thing went down. I mean, that poor girl didn't know what was ahead of her when she left with this man. I think she was pretty naive.
Well, she was, obviously. But like I tell people, there comes a point in a person's relationship when it's volatile. I'm not talking about somebody that sprung on a person out of the blue and hurt them or killed them. If indeed all that's true that's been said with these incidents between the 12th and the 27th, he's already exhibited these behaviors before the 12th and the 27th. So Gabby Petito knew he was volatile. Now, the perception is, would he kill me? That's a whole different thing. Because a person can punch and hit you, talk nasty to you, but you may not think that they would kill you. You understand what I'm saying? So I can't say what Gabby Petito knew as far as him murdering her, perhaps, but there's no way in my mind I'm going to think she did not know that it could not get worse. Because once he did the public display of hitting her in public, that showed me he had been doing this and doing it often.
Yeah. And then strangulation is the most personal way to kill somebody. To just put your hands around their neck and just take the life away from them. It's probably the most personal way you could kill somebody. And it's just a sad situation all around.
Well, it is a sad situation. All these stories are the same to me. They're redundant, It's not to be rude. It's just that at some point, you're just repeating the same thing over and over. You're chopping up the same information over and over. This, and this, and you don't have any answers to nothing. Just people blowing up pictures, people blowing up videos, people making up stuff, people passing the information as if it's true. It's redundant at this point, and I just pray that they find him. But I am wondering about the cadaver dogs, because what I have to ask myself is, who made the decision to bring in the dogs and why?
Now that I can't figure that one out myself. But I think they're taking the dad's 2 words too much to heart.
Well, it's obvious because you've been out there a month. You've been in that reserve, about a month now? At least a month, 3 weeks. So you have to be going on his word, because you didn't know where Brian was. You had no idea where he would and would not go. So you did take their word for it. But it's leading me to wonder, why are you still there? And now the final week, 3rd, 4th week, now you're bringing in a cadaver dog. Okay, so what information do you have that we don't have? Because somebody would have to tell you something about a death, a smell, something to bring out the cadaver dog. Dogs.
Yeah, that part I don't understand myself, but maybe it'll come to light soon.
Yes.
But that's kind of my take on it. I think they're definitely looking in the wrong place.
Okay.
I mean, that's just my own theory. And I do know he has a history of being on that trail, and he was on it for quite a while. So he's pretty familiar with it.
Well, let me ask you this. What if he is dead, ma'am?
What if he's dead? Well, if he's dead, he's dead.
Okay.
You know?
Just asking.
I mean, but where if he is dead, then where is he? You know, where is his body?
That's the number one question.
I think the parents know more definitely what they're saying.
Well, let me ask you this. What does Cassie know, and how do you feel about the dog bounty hunter going there with his wife?
Well, I don't think it was right for him to take his wife because that's his business.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he needs to be handling that. But
so you condone him going to the sister's house now after she's already talked to the public and she's talked to the protesters. She originally talked to the news. Then she went back to recap her information that people misconstrued. So you think it's helpful for Bounty to go banging on her door now?
Probably not.
Okay.
I mean, I think he's just, well, I mean, he's trying to do his job, but why, you know, go back to sources?
Well, you know, the word on the street is he don't have any jurisdiction as a bounty hunter or a private investigator. So what is he doing exactly? I'm just saying.
Well, I thought he was still a bounty hunter.
Well, when you go into the search of Wikipedia, it says former.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe he don't have his license anymore then.
And then too, you have to remember, you're in a whole different state. So what you do over in Hawaii, you don't have the ranks to do in Florida. And as they said about apprehending him, he could go to jail because Mr. Laundrie or any civilian in the state of Florida, you cannot do a citizen's arrest unless that person is in the commission of a crime.
Right. Well, maybe he needs to just stay wherever he is and let the FBI and the law enforcement do their job.
That's how I feel right now. Just leave it alone.
You know, if he doesn't have any jurisdiction there, then he don't need to be there.
Because you can't go up to him. Nobody can just go up to him and stop him. You can attempt to try to subdue him, but as far as saying to the police, well, I was trying to make a citizen's arrest, you can't. I don't know who would probably fight it, even though it's the law, but the fact that he's wanted. But the law says he has to be committing a crime for you to go up and say, I'm doing a citizen's arrest on you.
Yeah, this thing, there's a lot more to it. I think they know, the law enforcement, probably FBI, know more than what they're saying, but they can't tell you everything they know.
Okay, let me ask you this. What do you think Cassie knows? Do you think she was truthful and honest with the public?
Boy, I don't know on that one. I've got kind of mixed feelings on it.
On her?
I think, yeah, a little bit of mixed feelings on her.
Okay, tell me why.
Well, I think she's going to back her family, you know, the loyalty to her family.
Well, right now they're saying there's no loyalty with them so far.
Well, maybe she's telling the truth then, but I don't get this whole family. The whole family to me is kind of messed up, but
there are a lot of messed up. You willing to aid a killer? You willing to aid a killer? Let me shoot something out here to you all that I have not mentioned. It was on my mind a few days ago, and I'm going to go ahead and say it while I'm on this live. I want you all to consider Cassie's husband for just a second. Okay? This man is married to a woman, has children with her. The brother allegedly killed this woman. We do know he stole the money. So imagine you are an in-law to these people as the husband, and you now see how your in-laws are aiding a killer who we think is a killer. That would send a message to me that they would do the same for their daughter if, in fact, I go damn missing. Stay woke. You see where I'm going?
Whoa.
Hello?
I can't
hear you.
Makes sense.
Yes. See, I tell people weigh all sides of the coins. Because Imagine you are married to this woman and you sitting here watching these damn people aid this guy, possibly lie to the public about where he is, got this lawyer being a mouthpiece, which we already know you don't hire a lawyer for nothing. Because originally he was hired for a man that we didn't even know had committed any crimes until the news told us about the fraud case. Okay? So now here you are in the looking glass. I always tell people, look through the glass now. Look through the glass carefully. You on the outside looking in like shit. Hell, if they'll aid him and he didn't kill this girl and that girl lived in her house too, what the hell would they do if I go missing and my family come asking, hey, have you seen Pedro? Woo, woo, woo. No, I don't know. Last time I saw him, he went to work. Come on.
Man, that man better be watching his back.
You're damn right, because I wouldn't trust them at this point. I wouldn't give a damn what was going on with the family and my wife. I wouldn't trust the Laundries with a 10-foot pole, because anybody that would aid their child after murdering somebody, stealing their money, you would aid your daughter to put me down too. And that's how I would look at it. And I would tell my wife to her face, I would tell her, I don't trust your family. Because if they did it to him, they're doing it for him. Hell, they could do it to you. And I could go missing. And then my family's banging on doors, going to the news, giving stories. We ain't heard from them. So you got to think about everything. The rabbit hole is deep with this situation.
Yeah, I think I'd be reconsidering that marriage after all this. I hate to say that, but this man could be in danger too if he says anything.
Well, I mean, and that's one thing people got to understand about people who are willing to lie and cover up for a person. You already got a person who's stolen and murdered somebody. Now he's got two people on his team. Sister could be, but we're not really sure if she's in it or not, or how much she knows. But as I said, desperate people do desperate things. You just assuming what a person won't do. You can't assume nothing about what this group will and won't do. Just like you can't talk for the people on the outside watching. Just like I told people about going to that house and hooping and hollering and all that foolishness. You don't know what psychopath could be out there watching you and aid their family. They don't even have to know the Laundries. They don't have to know them at all. They could just be in the cut watching and saying, you know what? They're harassing these people. Let me give them a taste of their own damn medicine. Let me follow them home. That's why I keep trying to tell everybody, stay woke on what you think is right. You won't have that feeling when somebody run up on you and snatching you up out your car and you looking crazy like, what you doing? I don't know you. Why are you bothering me? And they say, oh no, but you like bothering other people. You like hanging at the Laundries. You like raising hell in front of their lawn. Well, let me give you back what you've been putting out there. You'll be hollering for your life. See, you got to be very careful the steps you make in this life. See, everybody's okay out there.
You don't know who's watching.
You don't know. Because these people are sick out here. They watch the news. They watch social media. They're looking at all that stuff you're doing out there. Somebody could easily follow those people home or go up to their door and do the same damn thing. Follow you to the grocery store. Have a little chit chat with you in the parking lot. And you're sitting there scared to death thinking, what? I got myself involved in something that wasn't my concern. I don't know the Laundries. I don't know Gabby Petito, but I wanted to be a right fighter and stand out there hooping and hollering. But see, you're not going to feel that way when somebody walk up on you with a gun or a knife and give you a little something to think about. See, a lot of people don't think like that. I think like that. Because I know there's sick people out here. Well, a sick person is on the run right now, allegedly. So why would I not think like that?
Right. I mean, you got to have some street smarts about you.
Well, you sure do. And a lot of people don't have street smarts. That's why a lot of people are in the cemetery right now.
Right.
You know, we all can make mistakes.
You got to know what's going on around you.
Yeah, and that's why I would never go hooping and hollering over there. I understand, you know, the people's intentions. But see, your intentions can get you killed. Just like the intentions of Gabby. It's the same thing. See, the game is the same. That's why people don't really pay attention. The game is the same. The hustle is the same. She had good intentions too, obviously. She was trying to do something with a blog. She was going cross country to see the United States. But look where her intentions got her.
Right.
got her killed by somebody that she knows, somebody she dated, somebody she slept with. Now she dead. So now here come you, a random stranger, want to put your 2 cents in, running up and down the street, disturbing the peace, all on the people's lawn, running up to their door, putting baskets and all type of foolishness out there. But you won't have that same feeling if somebody followed you home with a bullhorn or jacked you up at your car and played some dirty mind games with you. Then you'd be like, why are you doing this to me? I'm innocent. I haven't done anything to you. Those were your last words.
Like you always say, stay woke.
Stay woke. I trust nobody. I don't trust nothing with 2 feet. Not now, not never.
Well, it's hard to trust people anymore in the times we live in.
That's right.
I think.
That's right.
I mean, you don't know who's your friend and who's your enemy.
Well, usually your friends are your enemies.
Right.
Your family too.
Well, your family can be your worst enemy in some situations.
This is true. This is true.
But anyway, Queen, it was great hanging out with you, visiting with you.
Thank you so much for calling me, honey.
I've been waiting to jump on with you, so I figured this would be a good opportunity.
Yes. Early before I go in today. So I decided to jump on, give myself some time. Even though I'm tired, I haven't had much sleep. I'm running on very short hours of sleep, but that's my fault.
Well, you have a good rest today and stay blessed.
I will. You stay blessed too, and good luck on your trip. Be safe.
Oh, I'll let y'all know how that's going. I'll check in.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
That's everybody. We'll be going to
Moab. Well, I'm live during the daytime. You can show me where you are on your adventure. Let the people see where you are.
Well, we ain't leaving until next May, so I'll get to hang out with y'all.
May. That's right. Oh, Lord have mercy, child. I might be in I might be in a tomb come next May.
No, I hope not.
I'm just saying that's a long ways off, but I thank you.
Yeah, it's a little ways off, but I think we'll all still be here by then.
Yes, I pray too. Yeah, I tell myself you got to be careful with your claim. Thank you, though. Thank you for joining me.
All right, you have a good day.
You too. Bye, Christina.
Bye-bye.
Okay, that's Christina from Oregon. Here's Carly Jean. Carly Jean, where you calling from? Carly, where you calling from?
Can you hear me?
Yes, where you calling from, ma'am?
Okay, Arlington, Washington.
Okay, how are you?
I'm good. I've actually noticed your streams for the last few days, but it's been a rough week for me. But today I saw that you were streaming and I thought I'd call in.
Okay, thank you.
So I have a lot of thoughts on this case.
Mm-hmm.
So many. Like, I think that the parents, I don't think they necessarily know where he's at. But
wait. I do this with everybody. I don't let you throw a comment out there without asking you why, ma'am.
Why?
Tell me why you say that.
Well, they're so nonchalant. If it were me as a parent, if my child was missing for a month, I would be moving heaven and earth trying to find out where he was.
Mm-hmm.
And they just don't seem to have a care in the world. They didn't even mow their lawn until the other day. Like, they just didn't care.
What? I'm not gonna mow my lawn because you're out there bothering me. Why am I gonna mow my lawn knowing you're gonna be running up to me trying to get questions? Too, the nonchalant is possible because this is who they are, and they did aid them, so I don't have to go hoop and holler about where you are. Kind of like the stuff going on in Hollerville. Why am I gonna keep talking about a dead baby and vying for her when one, I'm the reason she got gone because I don't want her and I didn't want her to come back. Think about that.
Yes.
Think about that while I get me a cup of coffee, ma'am.
Oh, get you some coffee. Yes. I need to do that too. Actually.
Go ahead. I hear you.
So another thought I had on this, let me see. I've got notes because I've been watching live streams for days.
Okay.
Let's see here. As far as people are speculating that he may have murdered her in the van and then taken her to the place where they found her, I I don't think that's what happened.
Okay.
And I know you're gonna ask why, because of the terrain. It's rough terrain. It'd be real hard to walk by yourself across that, much less carry a body. Plus, he doesn't look like he could manually strangle a puppy, so I still kind of find it hard to believe that he did that to her, except I can see how that's possible.
Wait. You feel like I gotta come back. Hold on a minute, honey. I heard something. Wait just a second. You don't think he killed her man? Why?
I don't think what?
Hold on. Do you think he killed her man?
I think he killed her where they found her.
Okay, so they went. So now we got to ask the ultimate question because it hasn't been revealed that I know of. How far is? Because I asked that in my live the other day. How far is the disposal site to where the man is parked?
I want to say it was.
Do you know for sure?
Fuck. Sorry, I don't know if I have a problem with cussing or not, but usually it's an issue. But I can look really fast. I feel like
do you know?
I'm not even.
How far
I do. I've seen it, and I'm gonna look it up. I want to say it's less than 7 miles, but like more than 3. I don't have the exact.
He drove. You want to believe they hiked somewhere, so he hiked her deliberately then to kill her.
Yes.
Okay.
Part of my theory on that is the day of the 27th when they were at that diner and he had the whole blow up. He walked in and out of this diner like 5 times yelling at the waitress or whatever. I think that blow up is ultimately where he confessed to Gabby, and more speculation, because I think that he had something to do with the couple in Moab, Utah.
Wait a minute. Oh, Lord have mercy.
Yeah, there's a whole thing.
It
sounds crazy. It sounds crazy, I know.
You want me to believe this man confessed at a restaurant he killed? That's not
No. I'm saying that he confessed that to Gabby after the diner. I think that's why he ended up killing her, is because she must have, if he confessed something like that, and she probably freaked out,
I don't see him telling her that.
And so I think that's ultimately how that happened. Purely speculation. That is not fact, obviously. But yeah, I just like to clarify that, because a lot of people will just take things they hear and run with it. But I'm speculating all of this.
Okay, so he told her when? He told her on the 27th?
Yeah, after the blow up, like he was still, fuming afterwards. And then I imagine that would come out in a confession. And then,
So he's angry. He's already angry, I'm sure, still on that 30-minute drive back to where they went.
Yep.
So on that drive, he's still going on about whatever happened in the restaurant. And then, oh, by the way, I killed those 2 women.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, I imagine he's going on about the restaurant and just other things that are, irritating him in general. And I think that's how it came out. I think she freaked out. I think he panicked, and I still think it was deliberate, but at the same time, I feel like she must have said something like, "We have to go to the police." And he was like, "No, we don't. We don't have to do anything." And here we are.
I'm listening.
Yeah. So it's a whole thing. At first, it was a long time really before I thought he had any connection to the couple in Moab. I just thought that was outrageous. But then I looked at several different timelines, and it kind of fits, because they allegedly weren't together. And then, that could have happened. And then
they're saying the co-op is the same place. I don't know. The co-op.
One of them worked at the co-op that they were outside of.
Just listen. They're saying, that where they argued on the 12th is on the street where the co-op is.
Yes.
And now, from a source, they're also saying the altercation on the 27th or whatever he was doing arguing, that is also the same place. I don't know, because I thought they were 2 different places.
Oh no, they are 2 different places.
See, the news now says that they're the same. That's why I don't like listening to anything about the story anymore.
Yeah, see, I I go to several different sources before I like settle on that's a fact. I need at least 3 sources to say the same thing before I think that's fact.
Okay, somebody in the chat says she was found 1,000 feet from where they discovered the van was discovered by the bloggers. Okay, well, tell me why you think that he couldn't have killed those women. You said at one point you did not think that was too far-fetched. Why would it be far-fetched if you found out they was on the same street or in the same place?
Well, see, I thought it was far-fetched because it seemed strange to me until I realized that maybe this could just be the end of a string of murders or like negative events, if that makes sense. Like
okay, but listen to this.
It seemed really outrageous to me that he would just kill 2 random people.
Why would you do it? But he just killed that girl.
Exactly. But at the same time, like if you think about a lot of people,
a difference. I want you to think about what you're saying though. It's a difference between killing her and strangers.
Yes. And I'd say that I only say that because like people that murder usually have a motive or like
and sometimes they don't.
Sometimes they don't. But other times like they'll have not just a motive. What's the other word I'm looking for? It's the commonality in the people or whatever. Like there's
but you did know that allegedly on the 12th or the 27th, which is whoever, that one of the girls that died, they were on that same street or locale where one of the girls died. You didn't put that together and think this is odd. So this is what I tell people to do. I go by dates and status because that's just who I am. I go by logic. I'm gonna keep saying this. What are the odds in a small town, probably don't even have 30,000 people, that 3 people cross the paths of one another? Let's say 4 cross the paths of one another in a 15-day time span, and 3 are dead.
And I know there hasn't been a murder in Moab in like 13 years before this.
Yeah. Okay. Everybody keeps throwing it up there. Stop focusing on that.
So but at the same time, it's like that made the connection for me. Is I'm like, well, it's weird that wouldn't happen there for 13 years, and then all these people might have crossed.
But it don't matter. I tell people don't focus on stuff like that about how long a town hadn't had a murder. Somebody's going to kill somebody eventually somewhere. It's just what happens, and we know that's a lie because they've got too many people up there already dead and missing. So that's a lie. Some people have been killed. Some people have been killed. Some people have been killed.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
It happens some people killed. That's why I tell people, stop focusing on that unnecessary stuff. I'm talking about the odds of 4 people crossing the paths of each other in 2 weeks and 3 are dead. That's my point.
The probability is, yeah. That matters too. And so eventually, like I watched the
factor in it's a 2-week interval in a town that probably don't even have 30,000 citizens. What is the logic and the probability of 4 people crossing paths and now only 1 allegedly is living?
Well, here's another thing I've actually noted. I heard about, I guess he was on medication for something, I guess a mental health. I don't know the details of that. And that he had run out of that medication. Now, as somebody who has taken medication for mental health in the past, when you don't have access to those medications after taking them for a certain amount of time, things can go wild.
Carly, who's on medicine? You need to slow down, baby. You're doing a lot right now. I'm not trying to be funny. But
I just mean like
you assuming like some other people that he's on medicine.
I've heard I believe that was clarified. That was
who clarified that he's on medicine?
Didn't Gabby say something about that to an officer?
I don't know. I didn't listen to the whole audio. I only listened to 20 minutes of it. Because it's like an hour.
Did you watch the second body cam video? Also, can I just touch on that really fast? Where there's a point in that video where she actually is like kind of grasping at her throat, and that was chilling when I watched it because of what happened to her. And they say that usually people
he grabbed her face.
Yeah, I feel that people that are strangled usually it's not the first time.
Well, as Dog said, usually when people have been grabbed by the face, grabbed often, they will lower their chin as for you to not grab their throat.
Whew. I don't know.
Well, I'm gonna go here. 9 times out of 10, like I already said, he has grabbed her face, chin before. That's obvious. Because you just don't wake
Absolutely.
up one day beating somebody in public. It takes a lot to slap somebody in public. A whole lot. If you slap somebody in public, you have done it before.
Yeah,
Not your first rodeo.
probably not. I wouldn't think so, at least. And if it is, then wow, that person made you real mad.
Obviously.
Well,
Well, thank
I
you, dear.
think, yeah, I think that's about all I have right now.
Okay, thank you.
Have a good day.
You too, dog. Have a good weekend.
Thanks for
Bye-bye.
talking to me.
Uh-huh.
Bye.
Bye. All right, hit the link if you want to give your opinion pertaining to the search in the reserve. As far as I know, he has not been discovered. Something about a campsite. Some people think it was his. Could be anybody. There are a lot of homeless people in Florida. So go figure. Something about it being taped off of police tape. Still no Laundrie. Did they find anything, evidence? If so, what did they find? Where is Brian Laundrie? Is he alive or is he dead? The cadaver dogs have gone into the reserve as of yesterday. Did they go in there to look for a dead man? Because a cadaver doesn't look for a live one. Because each dog is trained to do a different thing. You got one dog trained for just the scent of a person when they first go missing. And then you have a cadaver dog who is trained detecting human remains. For some people who did not know that. Hit the link if you want to give your opinion pertaining to the search for Brian Laundrie in the reserve. Cadaver dogs being brought in. Bounty hunter has gone to the sister's house, Cassie. I brought you that information at the beginning of this video. You can go back to recap. There is also a source for that. News Nation Now is my first source of my audio I played pertaining to the search of Brian Laundrie in the Carlton Reserve. 25,000 acre. How in the world can you possibly search that many acres? You need 25, I guess, per acre to search. And then we're talking about what? Lightly wooded, so you're going to need help. Possibly more than 25 people. That's the sad information. Very, very disturbing. But in the end, like I tell you all, I don't believe everything I hear. Bring the queen a receipt. Because lately, everything about this case is just like all the other cases. There's a lot of gossip. He said, she said, he did this, she did that. Oh, so think she's pregnant. She was pregnant. And you find out from the coroner she wasn't pregnant. See, that's why I don't listen to all that stuff. Bring me a receipt. So can you drop the link, please? Thank you. I don't know, ma'am. I have no idea. I don't know what was going on with Brian Laundrie. He's just another duck that's out of water. He won't be the first and he won't be the last. He's a bum, a 1%er. And if he killed himself, he would be doing the world a favor. I'm sure the parents want him alive so he can stand account for their child's death and the fraud. But in the end, he doesn't care. That's why he killed her, because he doesn't care. Either he did it or he saw someone else do it and ran. What are you talking about, Teresa? He saw what? He saw somebody do what exactly? I know you're not talking about killing Gabby Petito. Please, I hope that's not what you're saying. I know you can't be saying that. He saw somebody kill Gabby. But you wouldn't think to go to the police? So I would like for you to clarify what you're saying so I don't misconstrue your comment. Teresa Jones. They found another person who was a fugitive. Okay, well, I didn't get any notifications. Somebody else was found in there. Ooh, mercy. What a mess. An utter mess. Maybe saw someone else kill those ladies, that gentleman. Well, think about what you're saying, Teresa. He saw somebody kill those two women, and he got scared and didn't report it, and then he would kill his own girlfriend and didn't report that either. Think about what you're saying. That's all I'm asking. Think about what you're saying. I'm gonna play something from News 8 right quick. Let's see. See what updates they have pertaining to this. This was uploaded a couple of minutes ago. 40 minutes ago. Armed officers enter Carlton Reserve, search area for Brian Laundrie. You can see them all in their tactical gear. WFLA News Channel 8 is the source. You can see the guys out in their gear, walking. It's a lot to look through. See, just like all those big palm trees, he could be in there sitting somewhere. You wouldn't even know it because you can't even see through there. So you're talking about walking on grass. You actually got to go through every tree, tree for tree. Thanks, Kensley. You'd have to go in tree for tree. I'm sitting here looking at the picture right now. You'd have to literally go in every brush and look for him. That's a lot of work. You damn near have to have hundreds of people looking. Acre for acre, like they say, foot to foot, knee to knee. Elbow to elbow. Sad, very sad. Whew. Trying to see if I found any more information. Hello, Snow. How you doing? I'm just looking to see anything else I can find. Well, to recap those coming in, cadaver dogs were taken into the Carlton Reserve, which is 25,000 acres of land. So far, nothing. Naturally, a cadaver dog scents a dead person. And as I state, nothing. The dog bounty hunter has obviously come back to Florida or never left and shows up at Cassie's house with his wife. And as I stated in my earlier commentary, I don't know why the dog would do that. Why you would show up with your wife. You're supposed to be on your honeymoon and you've gotten yourself immersed in this case. And whatever leads you have panned out to be nothing. No validity, such as the stuff about the Appalachian Trail. They're all the same. People swear they saw him, blah, blah, blah. He's in a car. He's in a truck. He's in a trailer. He's in a Radio Red Flyer wagon. He's on a bicycle. Still no Brian Laundrie. Dog can't get nothing out of Cassie because, as I stated, if Cassie was to tell dog something different than what she's already told police and the news again, then she'll have to retract that, whatever she told the dog. And she's already been harassed, allegedly, receiving some threats. I don't know if it's by social media, at her door, letters, whichever, it's all the same. Why show up? Then the news happened to be there, coincidentally. He thinks she's got more information. First of all, I don't think you should be at her door. Two, I don't think you should have brought your wife. I think you should be nursing your ankle. That's what you should be doing. This is ridiculous. Hello, Becky. How you doing, sweetheart? What is ridiculous? Because this is no end in sight pertaining to this food. I'm gonna play a little audio pertaining to this case. It's 42 minutes long, but I'm not gonna play all of it. This is from 15 hours ago. Well, I don't know. They've got other stories mixed in there. Let me see what they start off talking about, because they're talking about that Murdoch case as well. So I'll wait, because I think this is a 42-minute news segment where they're talking about different news. Thank y'all for joining me. Hit the link if you want to give your opinion pertaining to where Brian Laundrie is. Cadaver is being brought in. Is he dead or alive? And how do you feel about Mr. Bounty Hunter going to Cassie's house to see what she has to say? She don't have anything to say. That's why she just talked to the news to clear up allegedly talking to her brother on the 1st through the 6th. And as some people are saying, going to a campground, everybody's sitting around. You mean to tell me nobody's talking about Gabby while you all were camping? I find all this strange behavior. And like I said before in my commentary, Gabby, why didn't you ask your brother, where is she? What happened between you two? So you mean to tell me he didn't tell you what happened between him and Gabby out there in Wyoming? You didn't think to ask him, hey, what happened? Where is she? Nobody asked him any questions about where Gabby Petito is and what happened. Okay. See, all this other talking, everybody worrying about this, and this, harassing the people. Why don't you ask the pertinent questions? What happened with you and Gabby Petito? That's what the hell I've been asking them. Where's your girlfriend? What happened? What did he tell her? I don't want to talk about it. It's not important.
Satisfying conclusion, or are we headed for a reset in the investigation of epic proportions? That's what we're all waiting to hear tonight.
Thank you, Becky.
Earlier today, investigators called in a cadaver dog to help search for Brian Laundrie in the Carlton Nature Reserve. And there's a big difference between a tracking dog and a cadaver dog. A cadaver dog is especially trained to detect the scent of human death. And we're learning it is not the first time that K9 Diesel has had a visit to that swamp looking for Laundrie's remains. A law enforcement source tells me tonight that a few weeks ago, Diesel and his handler, investigator Sue Miller, were called out to the swamp along with a bloodhound from the Pasco Sheriff's Detachment, as well as a dual-purpose tracking dog. The dual-purpose dog searches for a fresh live scent, while the cadaver dog searches for death.
Exactly.
Searchers
Two
have
separate
spent
dogs.
well over $1 million looking for Laundrie in that swamp since the day his parents said that he
$1 million.
went off hiking, and then lo and behold, just never came home. So will this single cadaver dog be able to do what dozens and dozens of
Let me go back and see what she said again.
trained doctors caring for President Clinton?
Wait a minute.
So it's been kept a secret for 2 days. $1 million looking for Laundrie in that swamp.
$1 million.
His parents said that he went off hiking, and then lo and behold, just never came home. So will this single cadaver dog be able to do what dozens and dozens of very skillfully trained law enforcement officers with the best tracking equipment available have thus far been unable to do? Or will this be the final red flag that Brian Laundrie was never in that swamp to begin with?
Thank you.
I'm joined by
Very
News
true.
Nation's Brian Enton, who is staked out at the Laundrie family home. That is quite a development that a cadaver dog, one single cadaver dog, comes back, Brian, to that swamp because the FBI said to us, we're done. We're done unless we get some specific intelligence. And when I hear cadaver dog paired with specific intelligence, my spidey senses are tingling. Do you know anything about this? So, well, first of all, actually, it's been very, very, very quiet at the swamp, at the reserve for the last several days. So we were sort of under the assumption that
this was 15 hours ago.
Swamp. We were on our way out here to the house when I got a call
last night. It's dark outside. He's filming.
There was activity at the swamp on the Venice, Florida side. Totally didn't expect it. Turns out there were about a dozen law enforcement cars that showed up at the swamp bright and early this morning. Among them, you mentioned it, the Pasco County Sheriff's Office Cadaver Dog Unit. They were there. They were called in. There was a helicopter up that was able to get aerials, and it appeared they were focusing on one area in particular. We got no update. It does not appear that they found anything, and we don't know exactly why today they went back out there with the cadaver dog.
So I suppose if you were looking for clues, and it's hard when you're looking at the video, right? They don't let us get close to them. So I'm very impressed that WFLA was able to get these shots. I remember them saying they are restricting the airspace. I mean, they're so buttoned up on this investigation that they were restricting the airspace. But I do see that there are multiple changes in those pickup trucks. And I know that my source from Pasco said that canine, Diesel, and Sue Miller, his handler, the forensics investigator, they've been out there a couple weeks ago with a number of other dogs, a bloodhound and a dual purpose. Did you get any evidence today, Brian, that there were multiple dogs out there, whether it was eyes on or even ears on?
So we only saw the one dog out there. There could have been others. You have to remember, anytime we talk about the reserve, it's 24,000 acres, and there's two different sides. There's the Venice side and the Northport side, and it's basically impossible for us to know exactly what's going on from the ground. Again, thank goodness for that WFLA chopper. They've got an unbelievable reporter. We went up with them once over the reserve, so they're the ones who are able to really see what's going on there. We only saw the one dog, but we sort of got the same information that you did, that this is not the first time that they called the cadaver dog in. And I was told, look, sort of don't overplay this because we've done this before. This is just part of our ongoing search. But it's hard to understand because it's been so quiet for the last 4 or 5 days out there. And now all of a sudden today, all this activity again.
So I'm also trying to determine how many law enforcement detachments might be among those vehicles. I also noticed that some of them are very artfully unmarked. So sometimes it's a little tricky. I know that FBI travels a lot in unmarked. I can see sheriff, clearly Pasco County Sheriff. I'm just wondering how many other detachments, how many other types of law enforcement. Hard to tell from those uniforms, but this is run by the FBI, and they are the ones who call in various divisions like Pasco. Is Northport still a part of it?
Northport is still a part of it. And there's two things I want to tell you. First of all, we were shown some video that we were not allowed to download of police deep inside the reserve. And it is an awful, awful place to search. We've told you before about the snakes and alligators, but they're literally like in water above their knees, almost to their waist in some areas searching. So it's difficult for law enforcement out there. The other thing I wanted to tell you is, again, that we just weren't expecting this today. We didn't know that this was going to happen at the reserve. And I think there's something that we don't know that they know that brought them back there.
So I will say that the law enforcement source I spoke with said that what was very difficult but not impossible, and this surprised me, was that when those cadaver dogs, bloodhounds, and dual-purpose trackers were out there, those animals, they were in waist-deep water. That is different. If you think about a dog in waist-deep water, in alligator-infested, first of all, that made me angry, given the fact that the dogs' lives were put at such incredible risk, but that's their job, they have to. But then they can still do their job. They can still take a scent off the top of the water. And it made me wonder, Brian, if Diesel and Susan Miller, the forensic investigator, went back there because the water had receded, so they could recheck their work.
That is just what I was about to explain to you, is that this swamp has been so flooded for the last month because there's been so much rain in this part of Florida, and it has finally been receding over the last week. And when I interviewed Northport Police last Friday, they explained that to me, that they are now able to get to parts of this swamp that they were not able to get to 2-3 weeks ago. As the water goes down, is it possible that they find something of Brian Laundrie's or even human remains out there that these dogs can track? That seems to be what they're focusing on right now.
Yeah, let me tell you, I was so fascinated doing a deep dive into the various skills of these dogs. You know, the cadaver dog, that dog is trained to sniff out death. That's human decomp. That is what their job is. The dual purpose, that tracker is meant to sniff out fresh scent, which could mean a hiker who just went by or Brian Laundrie just went by. Fresh human scent. And then the bloodhound is specifically purposed to get a piece of, an article of clothing with the scent of the target, and that's what the bloodhound tracks. They would track Brian Laundrie, period. No one else, no other hiker, no other fresh scent, just Brian Laundrie. But it's interesting to have all three of those kinds of skill sets out there, and then you can see again in that picture multiple cages. But I do know that it was just the one cadaver dog. It's a very specially trained animal. There are not that many of them in the country. So it's fascinating that they asked Pasco to come back. Brian, I have this question for you. And it is a switching gears from this news in the swamp today. And it comes right back to where you're standing. It's on the lawn. We remember the other night when neighbors came over and they started pounding in a dual post sign, which was blank on the back, where that would face your back, but was very clear to the windows of the laundry home that they were looking out, and it was a sign about Gabby, saying we used to live here. I'm paraphrasing, but it was very clear that they wanted to send a message, these neighbors, to the laundries, and then we saw the laundries pick it up and take it away. You spotted something else happening just in the last few hours. Tell me about it.
Yeah, it was quiet out here all day. The laundries haven't been out, and then all of a sudden there was a bit of commotion, and there was a different group of people, possibly the same group as last time. We weren't able to get a good look at them, that showed up here and put in a new sign. Take a look.
Oh, sorry. It's commercial.
Every school got a Davina Harrison.
These are people outside the house. The other day they were hammering the signs out there. You can hear them banging. Neighbors, allegedly.
Tell us what you just put there.
Remember the Gabby sign. Yeah, so Fox News digital reporter catching that, and that's what's on the opposite side, Brian. I'm looking at the clear picture now. You're standing right there. I don't know. Do your lights have it lit up as well, so we can take a look at what it looks like live with some perspective?
Yeah, let's go walk down. It was actually put in right by this little memorial right on the side of the yard in a different spot from last time, but you can see it's basically a cutout of Gabby Petito at the top here. It says, "Remember me." It's pointed towards the laundry home, and if you come around the back, you can kind of see the way this thing is set up. It's basically cardboard, but as you saw the women there, they put this wooden stake into the ground, hoping to sort of keep it there and then no one will move it, obviously taking into account what happened last time someone put a sign similar to this one when Chris and Roberta Laundrie came out basically in the middle of the night and took it down.
Well, I'm sure that they wanted that to withstand rain and wind if they made that big of an effort. I still can't imagine having to get that all printed up and carved into shape. And clearly these neighbors are mad. These protesters are mad. One other thing I want to talk about with you, Brian, is that there's a bit of a war of words going on with the laundry attorney, Steve Bertolino, and two very high-profile people who have entered into this case, for their own purposes. John Walsh shared a special on the Gabby Petito case, and Dog the Bounty Hunter has been involved as well. And Steve Bertolino had some really, really harsh words for both of these men. Let me read, if I can, what he said. And again, this is Steve Bertolino's words. "Dusty relics like that dog and John Walsh need a tragic situation like this so they can clear the cobwebs off their names and give their publicity-hungry egos some food." Well, obviously we were going to check in with John Walsh and Dog the Bounty Hunter to see if they had a reaction to that. John Walsh declined to respond to that, but Dog the Bounty Hunter did not decline, and he had a statement for Mr. Bertolino, and this is what it said. This is Doug the Bounty Hunter. It is ironic that Mr. Bertolino would criticize the people trying to find Brian Laundrie, unless perhaps he doesn't want him to be found. So now it's sort of devolved into that. In the meantime, the big news also today that's not in Florida, but again makes you heartsick, is that Joe Petito traveled to Wyoming, Brian.
Yeah, that's right. Actually, Joe Petito, the Petitos went to Wyoming to finally get Gabby's remains. She was cremated. We're told that they met with law enforcement also, and that they will now be bringing her home. So obviously, just a very, very sad moment for the Petito family. But when you brought up Mr. Bertolino, there was something I thought of that I wanted to share with you, because you never really know what you're going to get from Mr. Bertolino. Obviously, he gave that very fiery statement today in regard to John Walsh, Doug the Bounty Hunter. We were thinking today, because there's been so much speculation lately about, people asking, could Mr. Bertolino know where Brian is? Could he be hiding Brian? So we just decided to text him today and asked, do you personally know where Brian Laundrie is? And Mr. Bertolino responded, no, I do not. And then we went on to ask him, well, through attorney-client privilege, we know that allows a lot. That allows a lot. That's why we wanted to be straightforward and ask you this question. I said, I'm sure you'd tell me if you knew. And he said, no, I wouldn't, but I don't.
Well, that's interesting. I mean, for clarity and straightforwardness, I suppose. Brian, listen, I could go on and on with questions, but I'm not the only one who has questions for you. Our audience has been peppering us with questions for you. So can you stay and answer some questions from our viewers and from your Twitter followers? They're just piling in live. I'm looking at them, and I can't get them all in, but I'm going to get in as many as I can if you have the time. So you can stay with us for a little bit later?
Yeah, absolutely. We'll be here outside the house. Yeah.
Okay, so Brian is going to stick with us, and I'm going to have those questions for you. If you want to send us some of the questions as well, I encourage you to send them right now to our Twitter handles at Ashley Banfield, TV Ashley. Actually, do the TV Ashley one, at TV Ashley. We'll watch that one coming in live. And then also at Brian and...
All right, that's Miss Ashley with News Nation Now. That's one of my sources I use now for updates pertaining to breaking news and the hunt for Brian Laundrie. Hit the link if you want to give your opinion pertaining to where he is. Is he alive? Is he dead? What do they know about the Laundrie case right now? Why are they still in the reserve? Why have you been there for weeks? What makes you think he's there? Are you only going by what the parents told you? Is it the truth what the parents told? The bounty hunter has been to Miss Cassie's door, knocking on the door with his wife. Why take your wife? You're supposed to be on a honeymoon. Why are you there, sir? What is she going to tell you that she ain't told the news 2 times? Law officials? Nothing. People have been harassing her, stalking her house, news, random people, protesters. Enough for going to Cassie's house. So this is when I start telling people it's becoming a circus act. It's not even about the girl. It's about Brian Laundrie, what you think of him, and everybody camping out on his parents' lawn and going to his sister's house. And mind you, the sister's house is 45 minutes away, 45 minutes. So you all don't mind getting in your little dusty vans and cars, go park out there to watch her house for what? Leave her alone, let it go. She said what she had to say. If she knows more, she's not going to tell it. And that's the bottom line. Yeah, Wakan, they should know better. Hello. They possibly do know something, but that is the point about law enforcement. They will never tell you the truth about an investigation because they don't owe us anything. That is the purpose of it being an investigation, an open investigation. I cannot show you my hand because if I show you my hand, then the suspect that I have in mind will know that I'm after him or her or them. May, they might not get off scot-free, baby. Well, he didn't go in that reserve to camp. I think anybody with common sense knows that. All this was a setup to get him on his merry way. Now, many places he could hide in that reserve. But what you have to ask yourself is where you're seeing the trees gather together where you can't see in. Is that also water in there? Because I can't think that a few feet over there's water. Perhaps all that's water. So I thought about, well, he can hide in there in the trees where people can't see. But then it dawned on me once I saw the boat go through and I saw the water moving. I said, well, that's probably all water. Not flat land, dry land. So he's not going to survive laying up in water 4 weeks straight. He'd be a prune by now. Well, people do protect their children, Flouncy. That's the whole point. But like I said to the chat earlier, think about being Cassie's husband. Listen to what I'm saying. Why in the world would he ever trust her parents, knowing that they would hide out their son, knowing he stole the girl's money, killed the girl, and now I should have respect for you as my in-laws? Hell, that leads me to think I could go missing and you do my family the same way. Oh, I don't know. We ain't heard from him. Blah, blah, blah. He went to work. You alive for Brian, you alive for Cassie. Or is Brian your favorite? I don't know. Have they all fallen out? I don't know. But the lawyer threw her under the bus. And like I said, think about the husband of Cassie, because he can't be feeling too good himself, knowing, hey, I married this chick, got kids with this chick, and this chick's family is aiding a damn killer. Now, unless he got blinders on too, he needs to watch himself, because let me tell you something, he's in that flock right now. I wouldn't trust any of them. And let me tell you about the lawyer. He is a real estate attorney. He is not a criminal attorney. So now we have to ask ourselves, do the Laundries know Bertolino personally from New York or wherever? Because it was said on the news he is not a lawyer of criminality. That was not his expertise when he went to law school. Come on, Queen, bring it to him. He's a real estate lawyer. He does real estate deals, mover and shaker of real estate. So why the hell are you working this case, sir? Because like they said, if indeed this becomes a criminal trial, criminal charges, Mr. Bertolino will not be able to be their representation spokesperson. Thank you all so much. And Con, how you get all that information about what he been representing? Well, like I said, when it's time to go to court, he won't be the lawyer. How about that? You'll need a good defense attorney for your baby boy and perhaps yourself. That's the sad information. If you want to hit the link, hit the link. If you want to donate to the channel, Everyday Shenanigans and the Dream, $ Big Angie 129 Cash App. All super chats are welcome during the live. Thank you all for the recent donations. Amen. Thank you so much. Soul Survivor, drop it for you, honey. As you see, there's so many sick people out here killing people. There's another story that just came up in the queue. Somebody put a post up. This girl who has a channel put a post up about that black girl down in Memphis that was doused with gasoline by her boyfriend. I'll try to bring that story to you too. It's always something. If it's not something about the children, it's something about an adult. You can't win. Hello. Hello.
Yeah, how you doing, Queen?
I am great. How are you?
I ain't not too bad. Getting reloaded down here in New Mexico.
Woo, honey. Bring me a souvenir back.
I could. What do you want?
I'm gonna plead the fifth on that one. But anyway, I don't know what they got. Give me something with some turquoise in it, because that's my favorite color.
Oh, shoot. If I was up there on I-40, I would bring you back some turquoise rocks that from here.
Yeah. I want no rock. I want something pretty, like some turquoise earrings or a turquoise bracelet.
Oh, they got that. They got all of it. Necklaces.
Yes.
They got everything.
Okay. The Cadaver Dogs is there. Let's start there. The Cadaver Dogs went in yesterday. Is he dead or alive? Were they searching for a body, Mr. Trucker? Go.
They're searching for both. I mean, as a trainer of as a trainer of the dog, they can train the dog to do all of it, cadaver and everything.
Well, they did mention that the dogs were separate.
Yeah, some dogs are separate on their training.
Yeah,
on drugs and all that. But
they brought two in, one for a human alive and then one for the dead.
It's possible. I mean, from what we're watching and seeing, that no, he's a survivor. He knows how to survive the wilderness, and from our indications that he's still alive out there.
Okay.
Now, I also read a question in the comment to hold kids accountable, but it also goes back, they can also hold the parents accountable for their actions as well in some states. And I want to bring up something I seen 2 days ago at a truck stop. A dad actually turned around and put his both hands around a 2-year-old. And that right there, I went up to him and I said, "Sir, what happens if he grows up to be 12 to 18 and does it to somebody else and actually kills?" He kind of like looked at me weird. It's like, never thought about that. And it's like, I mean, he did that right in front of public in a truck stop. It's like, what the heck?
I didn't hear you. What did the guy do?
I was in a truck stop about 2 days ago, and I seen a dad put both his hands right up around a 2-year-old's neck.
Wow.
And it was like dumbfounding. And I went up to him and kind of asked him, it's like, if he grows up to be 12 to 18, what's he doing to the other friends if he says that that's okay? And he kind of looked at me dumbfounded. It's like,
he didn't curse you out. He didn't curse you out for getting in his business.
Huh?
He didn't curse you out for getting in his business.
No, not really, because I caught him off guard.
I'm surprised.
And I turned around and told him, I said, what happens if he grows up and kills somebody else by doing that? Of what you're teaching. And he kind of looked at me weird, and it's like, I know he was about ready to tell me to go mind my own business, but he was doing this in front of everybody.
Okay.
And that was so dumbfounding. It's like, I had to say something.
Well, you be careful out there, Good Samaritan. you know these people not well out here now.
Yeah, I know. It was like, and he was a cool little kid too.
Yeah,
but doing something like this is showing those kids it's okay to do.
Yeah, well,
when it's not.
That's why a lot of people grow up to be abusive, men and women, because of what they experience as children.
No, I wanted to come up and say that what I seen, and it was like, it was so dumbfounding. It's like, why would you do that in front of public? I know it's horsing around and all that, but you got to demonstrate and present it as horsing around. But he didn't. But I still think he's still alive out there, and where he's at, I have no idea. But I know he's close still, because he's still close to Mama, and he is a spoiled little brat. I know Mama's trying to help him behind Dad's back and everything, so I know they're still helping him somehow.
Well, I guess this, as we said, this is a waiting game at this point. It's just a waiting game.
But eventually, Brian's going to screw up. He's going to get caught. His time's coming to an end.
Okay. Okay, tell me about Cassie. What does she know?
On Cassie, I wish people wouldn't do that, but she is telling the truth somewhat. I mean, the others that she may not have no clue, she may do.
You think I'm asking you, do you think she's been truthful from the jump, that she doesn't know what happened with Gabby and the parents didn't tell her that something happened and tell her to be quiet and don't say nothing?
I say 40% truthful.
Okay.
In a way. But she is covering up something. I mean, I can see it, but she is covering up something.
Why? Why you say that?
It's just in her body gesture, how she presents herself, how she stutters. She's not fluent. She doesn't stick to her questions and answers, and of how her mind thinks that she is covering up something.
Okay.
And I have seen enough people like this, and she's not really truthful about a lot of things.
Well, we're going to take a poll. We're going to take a poll off of that question right there. Hold on. I have to get me some coffee. Sorry, you guys. Queen, got to get that caffeine in me. Okay. Survivor, if you're in the house, you take yes. And who else is in the chat that can take the no's? Let's see. So you in here?
I know Soul's in there.
So you take the yeses. Okay. Joy, you take the no's. Get a pen and paper. Is Cassie telling the truth about Brian Laundrie? Does she know that he killed that girl? Did they tell her the truth? Or told her something, rather? Let's hit it. Oh, who done it? You'll take the no's? Okay. Okay. So Soul has the yeses. Who done it has the no's. Take a count. Does Cassie know the truth about Brian Laundrie and Gabby Petito's? Okay, start putting them in there. Okay. Okay, there you go. Y'all take a count. Let me know when you're done. I got 139 viewing. So if you're watching, you don't want to speak, just put a no or yes in the chat. You don't have to give a comment. You want to be a part of the poll, or you on the fence, Trucker? Trucker?
Yeah, I'm thinking.
You won't believe what I'm eating right now. Oh my God.
I'm going with yes, that she does know something. That
Okay. Trucker says yes. So put a yes on your tally sheet. I'm gonna go ahead and say yes too. The Queen says yes. If you are watching this live stream and you don't want to comment in the chat, you just want to listen, please just take the poll with us. Yes or no?
Yes or no?
Cassie knows about Brian Laundrie and Gabby Petito, what happened out in Wyoming. And she knows that he went on the run. Let me be specific in that. She knows he's on the run. She knows that much. Let's say that. Or as Trucker says, she knows something.
She does.
Okay. Kim, you can hear me smacking. I'm so sorry. Honey, Patti LaBelle sweet potato pie. Shut your mouth. Ooh, and I mean sweet too.
Oh, dang it, girl.
Dang, Patti, whoever makes these pies for Patti LaBelle. Ooh, baby.
They are good.
Yes. I'm sitting here now, about ready to cry. I saw that pie sitting in there. I said, honey, you better eat some of that pie before it go bad. Somebody gave it to me, but honey, it's been sitting in there for about a week. I pick and choose what to eat on. You can't tell, but I do.
Well, we did a trick at Thanksgiving that instead of using the pumpkin pie, we used sweet potato, and nobody knew it was sweet potato. They thought it was pumpkin pie.
Yeah. I don't care for pumpkin pie, but I'll take a sweet potato pie any day.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm eating now. I haven't had breakfast because I don't do breakfast, but I'm going to eat some lunch. I'm going to eat an early dinner because I got to go to work here in a few hours. But this is what I'm snacking on for now. Pie and coffee.
But I didn't mean to bring that up. But that really caught my attention when I was at the truck stop. How he did that to the 2-year-old.
And you know you have to be careful saying things to people about their children. Because let me tell you something. When I was in Chicago many years ago, I was standing in the line in a store shopping for I can't remember if it was when my mother had passed away. Might have been when my mother passed away. I don't think it was with my father, because I was with my I think it was with my sister. This black woman was in that line cussing her little girl out. Woo, when I tell you I wanted to snatch that heifer raw up in that damn line, because the line was long.
Oh, definitely.
Shut the F up. Shut the F up. Shut up. I mean, she was loud. She didn't care that she was in a public store cursing out a child, a school-aged child. And I thought that little girl she will have no self-esteem. She will have no self-esteem. She's probably going to grow up very insecure or probably a bully. She'll probably do the same to other people. You know what I'm saying? Because that mother cursed her out like she was talking to a grown woman and stole something from her. That's what was so baffling. And everybody in the line was looking at each other, whispering. And I wanted to say something so bad, but I know how them city people get down. She'd be ready to cuss and fight. And I'd have to worry about going to jail or get cut up or shot in a department store fooling with this raggedy ass woman, cursing her little girl. Yeah. I mean, she cursed that girl out bad, man. I couldn't believe you would cuss your child out in public. This is why I tell people, when you see people act like that in public, that's what they do at home. Same thing with Brian and Gabby. The fact that he was hitting her in public, he hits her at home. Been doing it.
That's true, and most of them do.
Been doing it. Yeah, been doing it. Been doing it. Okay, how many yeses we got? So, how many yeses do we have, honey? Got 138 in the room. People are cruel to their kids. You got people that walk around here and act so sanctified. They talk bad to their children. They talk bad about their children. I've seen people talk about their kids like dogs. And people think they're such nice human beings. Oh, they go to church. Oh, they do this. Oh, they got a great paying job. Oh, they got a nice house. And you don't know how to talk about their own damn kids.
Until you see them out in public.
Yeah. So how many yeses do you have for the poll?
She's probably counting them.
Okay, they're still giving okay, they're still responding. Debbie and Punky are now saying yes. Okay, so she's still taking account. Okay, thank you all. I guess so. The tallying up here in a minute. Who done it? How many no's do you have? Ooh, that pie too sweet. Okay, so has 24 yeses. Who done it? How many no's do you have? 9. Wow. So the house favors Cassie knows something out of 140 people watching. Damn. Yeah, I put them on the on our community posts. We can do polls. Well, this is an interesting story. It's baffling though, and it's daunting at this point. You know what I'm saying? Because you're just chopping over the same stuff, the same information. Okay, Teresa says yes, she's driving. So that's another yes. That's 25 then. 25 yeses. Okay, the real says that the parents know more than Cassie.
I will agree there.
Yeah. He probably gave, well, my thing is he probably gave a half-baked story to the parents. And then they just, I don't know how they worded it to Cassie, because they didn't know if she would be the one that would tell on them or what. So they probably treated very lightly with her, what version they gave her.
Yeah, and they kept her out of the spotlight on that one.
Yeah, yeah. But you see how the lawyer threw her in there. Okay, well, you all found out that the parents were at the reserve. Well, you better know now Cassie was there too. See, that's a low down lawyer right there. Because he's not trying to preserve the situation, the Laundries. If you would throw the daughter in there to say, oh yeah, she was there too, you ain't gonna just point the finger at the Laundries being there with Brian, the sister and her husband or whomever, they were there too. That's a low down ass lawyer, man. Yeah,
he's a twisted lawyer.
Yeah, the lawyer's a trip. He's dirty. That's a dirty lawyer. And then he got the nerve to sit up and give a comment about John Walsh and Bounty. You know, like I said, everybody's entitled to their opinion, but you shouldn't be saying anything about these people. You should be keeping your mouth closed. So see, he's doing like what these people do on social media. He's starting to, throw daggers when you shouldn't be saying any damn thing. You're not going to say anything in relevance to the case. Why talk? First of all, you're not even a criminal lawyer. The parents haven't been charged with a crime. So why are you representing them? Why are you speaking on behalf of them? See, that's why I tell people to stay woke. That's what led me to believe that he was never dead in the beginning. And like I said before, why would Brian Laundrie travel all the way to Florida to kill himself? He could have killed himself out in Wyoming after he killed Gabby. 2, when he got to Florida, he could have killed himself in his bedroom. Stay woke. I want my parents to bury my body, have a good funeral for me, good home going. I'm going to kill myself in my house. I'm not going to go out to the swamp to die. I'm not going to go to the swamp to die.
Or he could have done it in Utah all the way back home to Florida. He could have done it anywhere.
Well, that's what I said. But anybody with sense would kill themselves at home. That way your parents don't have to go travel to retrieve a body, view a body, verify a body. It costs to ship a body from state to state. So I'm going to kill myself at my house. I'm not going to go kill myself on the road. I'm not going to kill myself out there in Wyoming. I'll go home. As soon as I get wind, here comes the cavalry. I shoot myself and keep it moving. He could have killed himself in Florida. That's why I know he didn't go in that reserve and kill himself. Why do you want to go out there and kill yourself? And have your parents all worked up, trying to have people to find you and look for you. Man, these people are dirty, man.
They are.
And some dirty ass parents.
He just wanted to be in the spotlight.
Yeah. Well, they just go to show you he wanted to take away Gabby's shine, and he did. And now he's getting him 5 minutes of fame by being on every news station on the run. He's infamous now. So he thinks. But to me, he's just another 1%er, a bum. A bum who didn't carry his weight. And that's how I look at Brian Laundrie.
Didn't keep a job, didn't hold nothing. He wanted to use everything.
Yeah. Well, Patty, like I said, that's information I got the other day. He's a real estate lawyer. So why are you defending these people?
He can only do so much.
Well, all he's going to do is what he's doing now, throwing daggers and trying to downplay how that girl died, just like him making a public statement after the autopsy was read. You shouldn't have said nothing. Because why are you going to bring up the fact that he's only wanted on the fraud charges? Yeah. Ding, 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 ding. He's wanted on charges for my dead woman's credit card. What the hell are you missing? You feel me? She's dead, so that means she couldn't authorize the charges. And you're going to throw that in after they give the autopsy results? Oh, by the way, so sorry for your loss, but he's only wanted on fraud charges. Well, then where is he? And why he ain't telling folks what happened to Gabby? Why he didn't make a police report out there in Wyoming? And you want to come with that cockamamie ass story about he's only wanted for fraud charges, but yet he's nowhere to be found? Golly. It takes all kinds. He's not going to be tried in Florida. We know that, Con. He killed her in Wyoming. That's where the fraud charges are coming from. That's where the murder indictment is going to come from. Wherever your body is found,
Yeah, he gets caught.
that's where the charge is coming from. If you was in Wyoming, you died in Wyoming, that's where the charge is coming from. Now, if you were killed, like the story I brought you about the people being found in a cornfield, they were killed in Minnesota, allegedly, but the body was found in Wisconsin. So the charge is going to come out of Minnesota, where the murder took place.
Yeah, and if they catch Brian, he'll be extradited to Wyoming.
Yeah, that's all. We ain't worried about Florida. Florida's the least of our problems. They're down there spending all that damn money. Costs an arm and a leg to live in Florida, and you're spending up all these people's money looking for this buffoon. It's ridiculous. Damn ridiculous. Hit the link if you want to give your opinion. I'm topping almost at 2 hours. If you'd like to give your opinion pertaining to Brian Laundrie, the search of him with the cadaver dogs being brought in yesterday. So far, we haven't heard of anything found linking to Mr. Laundrie. Bounty has gone to Cassie's house with his wife. Why, I don't know. Nobody came to the door. Forgot to tell you that. Nobody came to the door. He's allegedly on vacation. A honeymoon. So you mess up your honeymoon to go chase him behind this fool. And then now you're going to take your wife to the door. This is real low rent right here. So I wouldn't have went to the door. I said, I'll sit in the car. I'll wait. Or I'll be at the hotel till you're done. Sickening.
For sure on that one.
Yeah, sad. Where are you now? Sitting in your truck still?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sitting here getting loaded.
It's early here, 3:26.
It's 1:36 here.
Okay, so you're an hour behind me. 2 hours behind me, I'd open the door just to meet Dog, laugh out loud. Cynthia, please. Well, he don't look too good to me. Dog, I saw a picture of him this morning. I thought, damn, Dog, you look rough. Cut that damn hair. Look, and button your shirt. I'm tired of looking at your shirt open. Please, just stop it. Yeah. Well, Lori, there's no woman touch needed in this situation because she knows not to say anything else because she had to backtrack what she said earlier. So what would be the purpose of me opening my mouth to somebody else? She just talked to the news last week, so she's not going to go talk to somebody else off the record so that can get repeated, and then she'll deny what she said to him. It'd be pointless. And then the first thing people start complaining is, if she told anything different, well, why didn't you tell that to the police? Or you didn't say that on the news? So it'd be pointless. And Bounty and Dwayne should know better. Just leave these people alone. Amy, please. Oh my God. The last burnt hot dog spitting at 7-Eleven. Damn, that's deep.
Dang.
He's aged a lot since his wife passed. Yeah, he looks bad to me. His skin looks burned. He looks horrible. They're all probably using burner phones. Okay. Well, Dog may be glorified trailer trash. Yeah, I said it. I better have never seen him disrespect anyone ever. He's at least kind. He was looking in an entirely different place, so what could it hurt? Well, Pamela, we're all just giving our opinions. There's no need in talking to Cassie. That's the point. That's the information I brought. There's no point in talking to Cassie for what? She's already talked to the news. She's already talked to the protesters. She's retracted her information again and talked to the news again to retract information. You talking to her is going to prove what? She's not going to tell you anything.
She hardly knows anything because the parents and Brian kept everything away from her.
You're going to go to her and hassle her and say, hey, I know you know something. Tell the truth. Tell the truth. Go talk to the police. Tell me what you know. She knows better than to tell Dog anything. If she does know something, she's not going to tell him anything. Well, anything else you want to add, Trucker?
No, that's all I got right now for today.
So you do believe he's alive?
Yeah, he's still alive.
In the state of Florida?
Yep.
Okay. When and if Brian is found, he will be tried in Wyoming, since that's where Gab was killed. Wyoming's a death. Yes, we know that, Patricia.
And not too long ago, there is a guy that took off and hitchhiked all the way down the Appalachian Trail, all the way into Florida, and came up missing.
Well, where was he from?
From New York.
Okay.
He just had enough of the companies and that. He just up and took off down the Appalachian Trail.
Okay. Whodunit says, I sense resentment in Cassie, as if Brian has always been the fair-haired child in the family. What do you think about that?
That is true. It is coming to light that she does have a lot of resentment about her brother.
Real? How you pick that up?
Huh?
How did you pick that up, sir?
Well, it's just that some of the comments that Cassie said, and not only that,
What'd she say? Enlighten me. I haven't heard, I guess.
well, I have to go back and find out, but she did lead into how Brian was, and
Hey, Denise. She said what now?
how Brian was, and how she was resentful, kind of in a way about Brian, how he was growing up and was raised.
I guess I missed all that. Cynthia says, compared to Brian, he's good looking. Wow, that's deep. Jesus. Why? Cassie's a big girl. She's not pretty for a big girl. Yikes. May says he's hiding right in front of everybody. They've been overlooking for him. Yeah, that sounds about right, May. Right in your face. Probably, hell, he probably sitting right there on the street with everybody with a sun hat, doing like crooks do. Hey, what's all the fuss about? What's going on? Child, they looking for that Brian Laundrie. They've been over there hooping and hollering at his parents' house. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and
like in the
laughing
movies,
at everybody.
like in the movies, the criminal be sitting right there with the people listening to him, sitting at the bar or in the table, listening to people gossip about the story, and they sitting right there in a disguise, laughing at everybody.
Yep.
Lord have mercy.
It does happen.
What happened, girl? What happened? Yeah, you know that boy, he killed that girl out there and stole her money. They come over here today, raising hell over here at the Laundrie folk house. You kidding? Really? Child, bye. Can't put nothing past nobody out here. Hit the link if you want to give your opinion, you guys, or I'm going to check on out of here. Because that's the said information. Go back to the beginning of the video. News Nation Now is the first source. Pop Culture is the source pertaining to the article about Dwayne Chapman, bounty hunter, going to Cassie's house. Nobody answered the door. He took his wife. And then I played another audio pertaining to the search, pertaining to Brian Laundrie, them going into the reserve with the cadaver dogs. Is Brian Laundrie alive or is he dead? Have we been watching searches pertaining to a dead man? Did he go somewhere in the brush in one of these reserves and kill himself? Could he possibly be in another reserve in another city? Because they do have other reserves that I've checked out. Maybe he's a town over, dead or hiding. Or is he somewhere inside of a home, apartment, storage facility, or barn? I don't know. Help, I'm drowning. Yeah, he's probably watching. Exactly. Thank you, so. Hit the link if you want to give your opinion. Got 157 viewing. Thank you so much. If you want to donate to the channel, $ Big Angie 129 Cash App. Thank you so much for the donations. Wow. Okay. Trucker's gone. Okay, Kim says he wouldn't hurt himself. We'll see. We will see what happens. We will see. This is getting winded like all the other stories. All the other stories, they're all running neck to neck. Nobody's seen anything. Hit the link if you want to give us your opinion. If the parents had said something, they would have been done. There would be none of this. Well, they should have said something. Brian Laundrie should have told the truth after he killed the girl. That's all. How about that? Let's start at the beginning. How about you should have never killed her? Let's go even farther back to the beginning of the story. How about you two should have never dated each other? Once you saw you weren't compatible. But see, that's the point. You can't go back. Can't change people. Can't tell people how to live. You can't tell them who to choose as their partner. It's life. I think if the cops are real close to, he might do a little something to himself. Yeah, he might. He might be like Mr. Sharkey, kill himself once they show up. But see, that's the whole point of the story. Brian, if he isn't alive, he knows they're looking for him. He knew they were going to come looking for him. He knew they were going to find her body. It was going to be more than just a fraud charge. They found a whole body, half a body. It's all the same. You're the last person to be with her. They're going to do the forensics. They find something linking Brian Laundrie to the death of Gabby Petito. Then here comes a murder indictment. You had to know all this was in the making. So how long are you going to hide out? Because they're going to find you, search till they find you. And as they say, a murder charge never goes away. Other said crimes have stipulations such as rape, sexual assault, but murder does not. And sexual assault needs to have the same stipulations as murder. The case stays on the book till I find you and take you to trial and get a conviction either way. Listen to his mama. Oh my God, I don't like her. She doesn't cook. Lori, what are you talking about? Now, see, y'all be bringing all kind of foolishness in the chat. She don't cook. How you know what his mama do and don't do? Who told you that? The neighbor? Please, y'all stop it. I can't with y'all. Thank you, who done it. Thank you for the super chat, baby. They can trace those hiking boots back to the owner left at the crime scene. Okay. If you want to give your opinion pertaining to if Brian Laundrie is alive or not, if indeed they are searching for a dead body in the reserve, how long are they going to continue this search in the reserve? What did they find in the reserve? Why are you still holding on to the possibility that he's in the reserve? It's wet in there. No way he'd be wading through water, sleeping in water for 4 weeks. It's no way possible. No way. Where is Brian Laundrie? Will he eventually turn himself in? Will he kill himself once approached by law officials? Will it be someone trying to do a half-baked citizen arrest if they come across him? Is he armed and dangerous? Does he have a weapon on him? We know he's dangerous, but is he carrying a weapon? So many possibilities pertaining to the hunt for Brian Laundrie. Well, Lord, you got to remember, they don't know if he's dead or alive. So if you got artillery on you, one would assume he's alive. But then the flip side is you took a cadaver dog in there, which will make some of us think that you're looking for human remains. So it's a flip of the coin. Cadaver dogs for the dead, heavy artillery for the living. Take your pick. Oh, say, okay, Kim says give up the reserve. Not there. Yes, for those coming in late, I brought you audio stating that it has cost Floridians $1 million to search for Brian Laundrie. Now put that on paper. Go back to my earlier part of this video. You will hear audio stating that they have spent $1 million for the search of Brian Laundrie. Now, who's going to be the lucky one to help pay the $1 million for the search? thank the good old citizens of Florida. You already have high taxes, high rent, high mortgages. Now you're getting ready to pay for the search for a killer. Very sick. Somebody says he's dead in the reserve. Yes, waste of money. Should be his parents. Well, he's an adult, so you can't find the parents. You can only find the parents if you possibly have information, solid information that he killed that girl. He told them, and they aided him to get rid of him, and then lied to law officials about not knowing anything. Law enforcement stuck on that reserve in spite of us thinking otherwise. Well, that's the thing. They're not asking for our opinion, and that's how it goes in an investigation. Outsiders is just that. We're outsiders. We don't know what they know, what they've been told. We don't know what they found, haven't found. So that's how it is. Hello?
Hey.
Hello?
Hi, everybody. Are you still there?
I'm here.
Okay. What you got to ask me?
They ain't asked you nothing. You don't want to hit the link.
No, I'm kidding.
It's the same thing I've asked 1,000 times. Just address what's in the title of the video.
Right. I got you. So about this Cassie thing, I wanted to weigh in on the vote and the reason why I said yes. Okay, so let's track back to her first interview. If you look at Cassie's jaw, her lower jaw and her neck, it's red and it's flush. It could flush, like blushing type. It could be that she was nervous and scared of talking from the camera.
Because a lot of Caucasian people turn red when they're nervous.
But also it is another sign of something else. Okay, so I'm gonna just give her the benefit of the doubt. She was nervous, but I could get it from her because I believe she knows a little bit, just like we kept saying. So your mom and dad and Brian pulled up in the Mustang without Gabby. She's been with y'all for 2 years or whatever. She's been Aunt Gabby. So what did y'all say to her on September 1st of where Gabby was? They got into it. She went home to her mama. What did you say to not make Cassie be scared to have her children around you at that campground roasting marshmallows and taking pictures and all of that jazz? Because if that was my brother and I knew that he choked somebody out or killed somebody or whatever, you would not be hugging on my kids. So that's why I say she knows something, not all. She knows a little bit. They told Cassie what they wanted to tell her.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what happened. They didn't tell her everything.
No, they didn't tell her everything, but she knows some things. Just like she said. Now, let's go back to what she said. I haven't been able to speak with Brian. No, she haven't been able to talk to Brian or what he did, but she wants to. She has some questions. She said that loud and clear. But he won't talk to her. He won't talk to her about it. So she just was.
Let me ask you this. After all has been said and done, social media, the news, do you think she has an inkling that her brother did kill that girl?
Yes.
But she'll never tell it.
She'll never tell it. She knows her brother.
Then she might. Time goes by.
And money talks. She might want to be
strained with her parents. She might just come on out and just tell everything and say, well, they don't care about me.
Right.
They care. I'm just gonna tell everybody how I really feel.
Right, because one thing we know that family will double cross you, family will sell you out for money, family will throw you under the bus, and they didn't mind throwing her under the bus. Like I said, there must be some type of strain because why would you let the lawyer throw your daughter under the bus?
Well, that will go down.
But yes, she will. She will eventually. And just like I said. Siblings have strong bonds. And so she knows Brian better than we do, better than the parents do. Okay. Siblings know each other. I have twins. I have 11-year-old twins. They are strong bonded. They fight, but let me tell you something. They are strong. So she knows his personality. She knows what he's capable of doing. She knows what she's seen in him. We just don't know. They've had sibling fights. He probably didn't slapped her or choked her or threw her up against the wall. Look, it ain't stop. Look, let me tell you something. Siblings fight.
Well, we'll see.
He's done something to her when they was kids. Don't think he hasn't.
Well, we'll see what he'll tell.
And check this out. Listen, and mommy probably protected him too when he hit her. Well, that's what I wanted to say. I was driving. I'm getting ready to go to a high school football game.
Yep, this is football in America. High school football is tonight.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to rock it. Friday Night Lights. We're getting ready to hoo-ha.
Okay.
And, I'm still listening. I'm still listening.
I'm going to go ahead and check out.
All right. Take care.
Okay. Bye, baby. Thanks again. Bye-bye. All right. That was Reese. I'm going to check out of here. But in the end, you're entitled to your opinion pertaining to this case, what you think of the Laundries, Cassie, Brian, what he didn't do out there in Wyoming. But I do believe he killed Gabby Petito. I do believe he had been abusing her before the incidents that we have heard about through social media. I do believe he decided he didn't care for her no longer. He didn't want to be bothered with her, so he got rid of her. I don't even think it's a crime of passion. I don't. Because the fact that he stole her money, that shows intent, that you know what you're doing. You didn't crack up, lay out there in the desert or whatever with her, sloughing off on the dirt. You went willingly, jumping in and out of people's cars, hitchhiking. All that shows intent. Whatever his reasons were for flying to Florida and back out to Wyoming shows intent of something. What exactly? I don't know. But in the end, Queen is tired of trying to chop it up and decide who said what to whom, who did what to whom, who saw what, who's an eyewitness. Because in the end, you're never going to know because a dead man tells no tales. Or in this case, the dead women can't tell a tale of what happened. Is he alive? I don't know. Is he dead? I don't know. Why did they keep staying in that reserve? I don't know. But it's costing taxpayers $1 million to find Brian Laundrie. That's what was mentioned in my commentary today. If you need a source, News Nation Now is one of the sources. Pop Culture is the source for the Bounty Hunter article I brought to you about him showing up to Cassie's house with his wife. You're entitled to your opinion about the dog, John Walsh, whomever. But it's a circus to me at this point, and I don't think anybody's really helping. I'm just going to throw that out there at this point. I don't see the help. I don't see the help. Because it's becoming a circus act. And see, when it becomes a circus act, it is no longer about the victim. It is about the outside parties and the people surrounding the suspects. No, it's not a crime of passion. I think he got tired of her. I think something jumped off after they left that restaurant, whichever restaurant it is, because I no longer want to argue about that. I'm over all that. They probably argued for 30 minutes from the restaurant to the said campsite. And I believe the jump off was in the van. It was either in the van or outside of the van. Due to the fact that those are her shoes found outside, if we're to believe those are not doctored photos, the altercation took place outside of the van, inside or outside, and he took her in the van because naturally he's not going to walk 7 miles with a dead person on his back. He took her to the location, dumped her, and then probably brought the van back and parked the van. So we don't even know if he was in that van, if she was in the van that day when you saw it on that GoPro camera. You're never going to know because who's going to tell you? One's dead and one's on the run. If you want to donate to the channel, $ Big Angie, 129 Cash App. Thank you all for joining me. Have a happy Friday. Have a safe weekend. When I get more information, I will be back. The next live will be pertaining to the disappearance of Summer Wells. Today marks, 4 months now that the child's been missing out of Rogersville, Tennessee. A lot of hoopla, rhetoric, gossip, craziness, buffoonery has transpired with the disappearance of this child pertaining to friends, associates of the parents, and the parents themselves. And nothing comes about positive about that case, just like this one, everything now is about the outside people, the suspects, alleged suspects. It's not even about the victim anymore. Thank you all for joining me. You all have a safe weekend. And this is Everyday Shenanigans. Thank you.